But I wanted to tell you guys something. I am I am blessed because I didn't get hurt, but I am also very disappointed in myself because I didn't do something that I usually always do, and you would think that I would know to do it. As much as I've been fixing boats, well, just fixing everything in general, I've always done this, and for some reason I didn't do it the other day, and man, I almost got bit bad. Can you guys see that mark right there? And notice that I can't move this anymore? That mark right there? Well, two people, I was working on a boat, and both people, two of the individuals told me, yeah, the power's off. So I'm like, okay. I hop down there, I'm doing my thing. This is on a DC circuit, and well, let's just say it was rough. I didn't get shocked, but boy, it sure scared the hell out of me. I did not put a meter on the circuit to verify that it was shut off, and well, it was hot. I was undoing a big cable. You can see there that it struck another part and grounded out, and boom, sparks, smoke, nothing got damaged. Just always got to be on your toes when you're working. Always. Got to be paying attention. One of my favorite sayings, Ronald Reagan, trust but verify. I trusted him and I didn't verify. I don't know if it would have killed me, but it definitely would have hurt and probably caused some burns. Anyways, I hate to say that I'm a 50-some-year-old man and I'm still learning lessons and still doing things that I shouldn't always be doing.
All right, what we got going on down here, TJ?
We got this impeller that we suspect is not pushing water. So we're gonna pull the impeller and check the lines to make sure that everything is going good down here. Got the impeller water pump right here. So we're gonna pull that cover off and get in there and see what it looks like.
How do you think it's gonna look like?
Dirty.
Dirty? You think it's gonna be broken?
Yeah. Got a bad feeling.
How's that impeller looking, TJ?
Looks pretty good. Couple little spots on here, but nothing missing, nothing cracked.
Nothing broken.
Not dry rotted yet or anything.
Seems to be in good condition. Thought I'd help TJ out a little bit using this plastic to redirect the sunlight down there.
Lighting.
Yeah, we get some light to see where he's putting that impeller. Make sure he installs it properly. That did not take long.
2, 3, 4,
That's what I was about to
5,
time.
6, 7. 7 is no raw water flow.
Sure it's not 77? No, I'm just kidding. All right.
So I believe next then is heat exchanger.
Yep. So we got the new impeller in and started up and ran for 15 seconds and died. So we're gonna try to take the cover. Well, we are taking the cover off and gonna see if we get flow out of the pump. Well, I'm gonna start with the heat exchanger. The owner said he had the heat exchanger cleaned fairly recently. We're gonna pop the hose off the outlet of the heat exchanger and see if we have flow coming out of the heat exchanger. If we don't have flow out of there, we're gonna go to the inlet and see if there's flow coming too and go from there.
It's a little hot out. A little toasty,
It's
ain't
getting there. How's that for clearance? You have the whole 270 degrees on the other side. They put the clamp facing right on that little, you can't even see what it is, but not fun.
it?
Thanks.
You're not even going to be able to reach that clamp with a socket wrench.
Nope, gotta get a open end.
Oh,
Get on it.
fantastic.
Oh yeah. We've got the outlet to the exhaust disconnected. It's a high point. Well, we're gonna see if there is water coming through the generator, and if it's pushing through and then we just have a bad sensor that's kicking it out, we're dealing with a clogged heat exchanger or line. Probably the heat exchanger, but we'll see in a moment. Oh, I'm gonna grab the...
Here, let me know when you're ready.
And then just get ready to hit the kill switch too.
Yeah.
We just want to see a flow. That's it.
It's that red button, right? That kill switch?
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yep. You gotta hold it, yeah, for like 10 seconds.
Here we go.
Good. Hold it. Yeah, we got flow. Got good flow, so
Must be the sensor.
sensor is bad.
All right. How easy is that to replace?
Gotta find it first. We'll get in there and find it. I'm sure it's in a pain in this place.
Something that always is kind of funny to me is, so I get this phone call to this boat and they're like, we're having an emergency. It's a 911. We need you to come right away. And I'm like, well, hold on. Is your boat sinking? Is your boat on fire? If it is, call the Coast Guard, dial 911, don't call me. And then they're like, oh, well, no, it's not that kind of emergency. The engine won't start. And I'm like, okay. In my book, that's not really classified as an emergency. Anyhow, I went down there because these people were stressed out because they were supposed to have to move the boat and they didn't want to tow it and all this other stuff. And I get there, it's a brand new Nordhaven, beautiful boat. Long story short, it ended up being troubleshot down to circuit breaker that nobody really knew where it was at, including the manufacturer of the boat. We tracked it down with help from tech support from Nordhaven, and we found it, turned it on, and lo and behold, everything started working, engine starting, everything's good. So got them straightened out and sent on the way. But remember, emergencies are, to me, are fire, smoke, electrical smoke, something like that, sinking. Those are emergencies. And if you do call me, I would tell you, yeah, hang up, call the Coast Guard and the fire department, whoever, call them first. I'm going to start grabbing equipment, crash pumps and stuff like that. I'm going to head your way. Just keep that in mind if you're calling somebody and saying it's emergency. It really should be. So that boat that I went to for the emergency, they called me back, begged me to come back in the morning because they were having a problem. They didn't really explain what the problem was, but I said, I'll go back. The good people, they were very nice. So I went back in the morning, and all it was was the refrigerator door. The hinge was a little bit out of alignment. You know, it has adjustment screws on it. So I just adjusted it and I'm like, is that it? And they're like, yep, that's it. And I'm like, you guys had me come down just for this? I got paid, I guess. So I went and did it. But I think now the owner of the boat, he said, well, Matt, I got your, he asked for my personal cell phone number. So I gave it to him. He says, oh, now I've got you. You're my mechanic now. I don't know. Made me feel good, I guess. So, you know, we've been doing this YouTube for about a year now. And we have about 9,000 subscribers. We're doing okay. And we really appreciate all your support that you give us. If you share, subscribe, give us thumbs up, leave comments. We love all that stuff. It really helps us out and makes us feel like this is worthwhile doing, telling our story about what we're doing down here in Key West, you know, managing other people's chaos. But something pretty cool happened yesterday. I was down working on another boat, and I was down by the fuel dock, and I was just working outside. I had my tool bag and minding my own business, doing my thing. And all of a sudden, this guy on a boat right there getting fuel yells at me. He's like, hey, Matt. And I look up and he's like, you're famous. I love your YouTube channel. I watch you every day or whatever, however, whenever I think it's Wednesdays and Sundays is when we publish. He recognized me and kind of made me feel humble. People starting to recognize me really made me feel good and justified what Carrie and I have been trying to do with our channel. It's just nice to, I don't know about nice. I do have concerns about, I really don't want to be famous. I'd rather do what I do every day and not be famous. Not that I'm saying, I'm not bragging, I'm not saying I'm going to be famous, but I don't know. I guess fame could be overrated. Anyways, it's still pretty cool to be recognized.
So a little more troubleshooting. We have water flow and everything, and then finally found the old wiring diagram on the back of the lid here. Before we found this, we were trying to jumper it the wrong way. Now we looked at it and what we're doing here. So we disconnected the sensor and right here, and now we're up and running. But you know, we have no indication for if there is any blockage in the water flow now. So we're going to see if we have parts on hand and see if we can get in here and change it.
So right now, TJ is down there connecting up the new, what is this, seawater pump sensor?
Yes, seawater pressure sensor.
Seawater pressure sensor.
Little 1 PSI pressure sensor, just to make sure that there's water.
Here's the old one, a little gunked up. I would have shown you the new one, but it's already installed. Right now, TJ's just working on tightening it up to the heat exchanger and then connecting all those wires together.
Go grab me a WD-40 and a wire brush from the right side of my bag. I'm going to clean up the top of this fuel pump.
All right.
And try to give it a little more life.
Generator's all running in order. Nice day here. At least it ain't hot. This ain't gonna lose.
How's that hoodie treating you?
Actually pretty good. I'm comfortable.
Until it warms up in about an hour.
Yeah, then I take it off.
Yeah. So we're out of threads on our bolt here. We're bottomed out. And then we got to find some leverage to wedge that bolt out to pull the impeller.
Alright, so we brought in the cavalry. Either one way or another. This impeller's coming out. So we could replace it. Isn't that right, TJ?
The torch is next.
The torch is next.
No.
Just melt it right out of the hole.
Yeah. Just cut it out. Stupid impeller is in.
Oh,
Almost in.
Almost in?
Got about an inch to go.
Right now, I'm working on replacing this rubber hose for the turbo and the air filter. TJ's giving it his best shot, giving it his all.
That's all fuel.
It is.
Not running. Owner said it was starving for fuel. It sounded like it was starving for fuel. Switching configuration, but it looks like we figured out why it's starving for fuel. Because the entire bottom side of the engine here,
Oh yeah.
air mount, is full of fuel. So we gotta clean that up and get in here and find the leak.
So TJ's currently showing us his best acrobatic skills that he currently has to get a better angle on these bolts.
All about the angle of the dangle. I'm totally fine hanging out over the water.
Totally fine working with tiny little bolts over the water. So upon further inspection, TJ has pulled out a bolt from the intake manifold that was covered in oil and fuel, wasn't it, TJ?
Yep.
We think that the intake manifold gasket might be just old, weathered, torn, gone. It's letting fuel and oil into the system, into places where it shouldn't be. So what do you think the next steps are, TJ?
To finish pulling this and to see how it's getting in.
All right, should be fun over the water, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
So as you can see from our weather this morning here in Key West, Florida, it is not, ooh, the road's flooded. It's not sunny, it's not warm out, and it's not nice at all. The wind's probably blowing 20 to 30 miles an hour, maybe gusts up even higher than that. The reason I am going out in this weather is because I committed to some things to some people, and I said I would have their boats ready. And one of them is a charter boat, a really nice catamaran, and they have a charter starting tomorrow, and I told them I would have the air conditioning done. Well, we just got the parts yesterday to finish up the job, and I wasn't able to get over there to finish everything. Look at this weather. We even got water on the belt that's squeaking. That's what happens when you make commitments. You got to stand by them and get it done. So luckily I don't have too much to do today. I really only have one call I'm going to do, and then I'm going to deliver goodies to the dock masters in the rain. Anyways, here, I'll roll down my window for a second. You guys ready for this? Wait till you see this. There you go. Now you get the full bore of it right here. Oh, the car is getting all wet. Oh boy. Yeah, look at the palm trees are blowing away. My feet are gonna get wet. I hate having wet feet. I'll take you with me when we go so you guys can watch my weather escapades. Well, I'm already soaked. So the only thing this raincoat's doing is keeping me warm. But let's go get this done so I can just go home and have a day off, I guess. Believe it or not, it seems to have let up just a little bit. I'm hoping it won't take me very long, maybe 15, 20 minutes. I have to inject some epoxy in a leaking air conditioning unit and then service it up, and then I'm out of here. My belt and the car is not happy with me. It's squeaking. All right, let's get this done. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't take you with me. The owner was on board, and he's a rather private individual. I didn't even feel comfortable asking permission to film, so I didn't. But what I ended up doing was injecting one of these. I'll show you what it is real quick. I buy them at the local HVAC shop. And what it is it's just a tube of epoxy, and you hook it up to the unit on this end, and then you hook your gauges to this end, and then you use the high side refrigerant pressure from the keg of refrigerant to push it in, and then you make sure the unit's running and you service it up. And I've had very good luck with it. He reported that the other unit that I did 2 or 3 weeks ago has been working perfectly. That's good news because, you know, new units are going to be $4 or $5 grand plus the labor to remove and replace. So if we can get a year or two more out of them by putting epoxy in, that's a good thing.